Hi everyone, this is just a short video in readiness for our sun salutations. So a brief breakdown of what sun salutation is, and then I'm just going to run through different versions, modifications of a sun salutation. So hopefully there'll be a version that is accessible for everyone. We all start in the same way, so we'll just come to stand up. If you've got a mat, stand at the top of it. If you've not, just make sure you've got some space behind you. We start off grounding through the feet, standing up nice and tall. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. As we exhale, we're going to hinge from the hips, come down into a forward fold. Bend your knees, soften the knees and take the gaze through them. So don't worry about stressing the hamstrings too much. On the inhale, we'll bring our hands to our shins and take our gaze forward. And then as we exhale, take another bend in the knees, plant your hands, we'll step back to a tabletop position first of all. So this is our first modification. Making sure the shoulders are over the wrists and the elbows stay close to the body. We're going to come down onto your belly, but make sure you come chin chest first, leave the hips high. We'll sweep through and come into a low cobra. So we're going to inhale, peel the chest away from the floor. Exhale, come back down. And then we're going to push back through a tabletop position, tuck our toes under, and send our hips up and back into a downward facing dog. We'll take a couple more deep breaths here. And then we'll take the gaze up between the hands and walk the feet up to the front of the mat. We'll inhale, straighten the back. Exhale, back into a forward fold. Inhale, sweep all the way back up to standing. Exhale, hands back down to prayer at heart center. So, second modification here. So this is just building up the level of strength a little bit. So coming back to stand straight, we'll inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Again, soften the knees, bring the gaze through the knees. Inhale, straighten the back. Exhale, bend the knees again, plant hands. This time step back to a high plank position. Well, as soon as we get to our high plank, we'll just drop our knees down. Keep the elbows close to the body as you lower down on a straight line this time, all the way down to your belly. We'll inhale, sweep the chest away from the floor into a low cobra. And then exhale, come back down. Push back through our tabletop position, and then we'll tuck the toes under, send the hips up and back to a downward facing dog. 3 full breaths in our down dog. And then take the gaze up between the hands. Walk step, we'll hop the feet up to the front of the mat. Inhale for a straight back. Exhale for a forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands back down to prayer at heart center. Okay, next option, again, just lifting the strength element a little bit here. So starting from standing, we'll inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge from the hips, come into a forward fold, gaze through the knees. Inhale, straighten the back, take the gaze forward. Exhale, plant the hands, step straight back to high plank. This time, leaving the knees high, maybe just rolling very, very slightly forward on your shoulders, keep the elbows close to the body, and lower all the way down to your belly, tucking your toes on the way through. This time, we can come either into a low cobra, inhaling to sweep the chest up, exhaling to come back down, or come into a full up dog where we lift the chest, the belly, the hips and the knees away from the floor. And then we'll make our way back to our down dog. So either dropping the knees, tucking the toes under and sending the hips up and back, or you can move straight from your up dog, pushing your hips up and back, turning over your toes on the way over to meet in our down dog. We'll take 3 breaths. And take the gaze up between the hands. Walk, step, pop the feet up to the front of the mat. Inhale for a straight back. Exhale into a forward fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands back down to prayer, heart centre. So last option for our full sun salutation. Now I'm not suggesting that everyone tries to do this for every single one of the 108, you will be quite knackered, but I'll just run through it in case you want to take some of this full option. So again, starting off, standing up nice and tall, we'll inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge from the hips, come into a forward fold. Inhale, straighten the back, take the gaze forward. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands. We'll step back to high plank position. This time, making again sure that your elbows stay close to the body. You come down, we don't let the chest or the hips touch the floor. We'll turn over the toes, push up into our upward dog, and then send the hips up and back to our downward dog, turning over the toes. 3 breaths. And then we'll take the gaze up between the hands and walk, step, hop the feet up to the front of the mat. Inhale for a straight back. Exhale for a forward fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands back down to prayer at heart. Okay, lastly, because I know I've got some of my expectant friends, pregnant ladies that are wanting to join in for a little bit of this. So I'm just going to give you a modification for sun salutation in pregnancy. So if we are expecting, make sure we're stood with our feet maybe a little bit wider than hip distance apart. If you are maybe in your sort of second trimester, bumps aren't too big just yet, you might want to take more of a full forward fold. But if bumps are getting, space is becoming a bit more of an issue, we'll just take our forward fold in this way. So we'll inhale to sweep the arms up overhead. As we exhale, we'll come down, bend the knees, place your hands on top of the thighs, and just let your head relax down in between the legs. We'll inhale, straighten the back, take the gaze forward. And then as we exhale, take a deep bend in the knees, plant the hands, step back to a tabletop position. So from here, rather than a low cobra or an up dog, we're just going to take a swooping cat motion. So we're just going to, from our neutral tabletop position, tuck the tailbone under, almost come back into a child's pose position, swoop forwards, back to neutral, and then from here you can come into a downward facing dog, or if energy levels are feeling a little bit more depleted, maybe just walk the hands forward and rest the forehead on the floor in our puppy pose. Then coming back up, if you're in your down dog, dropping your knees back down, and then from here we'll just tuck the toes under, walk the hands back and slowly roll up to stand in, making our way back to the top.